Hey you, my name is the Hobster and welcome back to Dangaronpa. So, honestly, a lot happened in the last part for this game, and I mean a lot. So, I don't know how to summarize it, but well, as you can see, Sakura is dead. Turns out that she might have been a spy. I'm not, truthfully, I don't know if spy is gonna be the actual word. But yes, we moved Alter Ego into a different room. This might be a longer video. This might be a little bit longer because I'm going to include the investigation and then the class trial. So this might be a little bit longer. I don't know. Editing Galvin will figure it out. Now for the investigation. Parts. Okay, this looks like some kind of wrapper. Ah, that's... Do you recognize it, Hina? Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura's got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So, after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might calm her down a little. So, you gave that candy to Sakura? I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else get their hands on them. You really like them that much? But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now they've all lost their flavor. Hina. Polka dot candy wrapper has been added. Okay. Well, there's some shattered glass right here, I think. There are shards of glass scattered on the ground around the chair Sakura was sitting on. It is all red, and these are the top and bottom sections of the bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. Wow, poison? Could it be poison? That could be from the chem lab. Ah, there's something else on the ground near the glass. Oh, it's a figure. Hey, wait, it's a Monokuma figure. Well, one of these is missing. Yeah, all 4 red bottles line up on the shelf. And inside each bottle, there's some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is, how'd they get those figures inside the bottle?
So...
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. Huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside. You've never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I have.
In other words...
So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. It has been added. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things, a little by little. Monokuma bottle sitting by the shelf. Monokuma figure we found on the ground. Red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. Which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass on the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was a weapon. Are we sure about that? Oh. Huh? The locker's open, and on the inside, it's a handprint.
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and left a handprint all over it with dust. And it looks quite fresh, too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker, and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in there until the locked room was open, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and just joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Huh? Why not?
Hey.
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Yeah. I actually noticed that, too. Oh, yeah. And the locker was already open at that point.
Indeed.
So So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? Locker handprint has been added to the truth section. Okay, oh, there's blood over there. There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. Must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Okay. What else can we kind of look at here? The time? It's around 1 o'clock right now. According to the Monokuma file, she died around 12 noon, so roughly an hour ago. Was that when Kyoko and I were moving Alter Ego? Perhaps. Oh. Well, this is definitely my doing. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance.
So...
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was had all sorts of
Wrong.
good ailments, whatever. I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the chem lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the chem lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. Huh? What is it?
Hey.
You see that? You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of blue glass. They must be parts of the window I broke to get inside.
Correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can, they're also underneath it. Why does that matter?
So...
I can't say for sure, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. Important clue? I'm not sure I see how. Empty protein. A chair. The chair. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob so we couldn't get through the door. There's no evidence of any kind of string or mechanism that could have been used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. Any of the magazines? Full of magazines. It's all different magazines here. Okay, I should probably investigate her. Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in the chair. There's obvious evidence to the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her, but according to the Monokuma file, she also had vomited blood. You can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said that she hadn't suffered any other injuries. It's gotta be poison. Like, is that just me, or is it... It's gotta be poison. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood? Not a chance. Byakuya?
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on a most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. I think it was poison. I feel like that's kind of the obvious assumption here. I don't know if that's just me. But, okay, I'm gonna talk to Hina. We already know who did it. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It has to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her, you know? You know where? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me. She said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon, the Monokuma file said she died around then. I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her, by force even, this never would have happened. Hina. It's impossible to not have regrets, I know. I get the feeling that nobody actually killed her. It might be good to confirm what we just heard with the three of them directly. Alright. Start talking, Byakuya. What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So, you found out. Interesting. Is that your only word? Interesting? Come up with a new word, man. Intriguing. Try that one, idiot. Then, it's true? I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya said he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as a fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. Okay, not sure what I think about that one. The door is the only way out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, but there's no evidence the mount's being tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not from the outside. Don't know how I feel about that one. Yeah, can I leave the room? Can I leave? What else do I have to... Kyoko? Do I have to talk to her?
However,
But for Sakura to have been killed... Yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
it's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly. They would have needed to if they expected to stand a chance against her. It's poison. She died from poison,
Listen,
right? Well, Makoto, have you finished your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
so then,
Then, you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided? She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right, I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with the other two people. I need to hear what they have to say. Well, let's go! Those other two people probably went back to the rooms. Alright. Who am I gonna start with? Whoever comes up first. Which is most likely Toko, truthfully. Here you go. Yep, Toko. Hey, Toko! I pressed the doorbell. After a few seconds...
Who's there?
Ugh, the most negative aura I've ever felt. The aura of total decay.
What do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk to me about something. I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked you to meet with her. Or asked to meet with you. I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said two, didn't I? I guess it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it? I admit it, I did get the note. But I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until you can prove it otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as a fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko retreated into her room. Toko's account. Wonderful. She totally died from poison. Okay. Press the doorbell. Ding dong. After a few seconds.
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually. I wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. How'd you know that?
Could it be?
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that? Well, when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But she didn't write you a note? Yeah, a note.
How about that?
She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura?
You got it all wrong.
No way! I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt, and I took her to the nurse's office.
don't look at me.
I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Yeah, do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, it looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big, goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Huh? Ah! Ah! Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again, and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash? Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein we found on the ground in the rec room. I'm sure we'll have to go to the chem lab. So where should I start? We are going to go to the chem lab map. There we go. Okay. Gotta go to the chem lab. Chem lab. Oh, Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes sir, I understand. And not saying that. Wow, that's a spill. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. Let's see. I think there's something wrong. It looks like 3 shelves have been connected together by one giant shelf. But more importantly right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? It looks like the bottle had a label on it. Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning, checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. Then, this powder must have been spilled?
So, in other words...
That's right. It could only have been around the time of the incident. If that really is when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Source of the powder has been added. Ooh, footsteps. Are these footprints? And they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen. Well then, let's go. Chop chop. Okay. So I got to work before long. I drew a sketch of the room. So how's this? Not bad. For you, I mean. For me?
I see.
So, when you look at it like this... Interesting. Say something else other than interesting! The word is becoming uninteresting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight for that shelf, did what they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
Certainly possible.
Makoto, are they yours? No!
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see. Your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Unfortunately. But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Then, these prints are a really valuable clue. Okay. So, let's look at A. A's got some. Let's see what's on the shelf. All kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. Protein drink for the record, care for the shelf, and the container of the shelf labeled with letter A on a number. So, I guess I can consider this part of shelving unit section A. Huh? But wait! There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it here on accident? So on this shelf, it looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're regnants. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
What? You think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser. which I suppose suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Right now I have to focus on the shelf. All these containers on the shelf are labeled with letter B and a number. So I can guess part of the shelving. B, so I don't have to say anything out of the ordinary here. Nothing much to worry about. For the shelf. A lot of C, so C is dangerous stuff. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit C. Should I try and find out more about the shelving unit? It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements. Section B has regnants. And Section C, lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that in Section A, there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on there. Chem shelf lab. Okay. Anything else? Oh. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. It better not leave any footprints. I should probably take a good hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also the remains of a broken glass bottle. It looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone left some footprints in the powder. Based on the positioning of the footprints, whoever it was went in onto the left side shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would have been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. Taking a really good look. Maybe I should take another look at the rec room. Good idea. And Byakuya, you can suck my nuts. So, Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko and Toko and Hiro what Toko and Hiro had told me.
I see.
So, along with Byakuya, they both claim they didn't go see her. It's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying.
Anyway.
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These 3 things have revealed new clues to look them over one more time. Okay. We gonna connect the dots. Shattered glass, sitting on the ground. It's all red. Section bottle. Originally must have been a bottle, and on top of that, near the glass, the Monokuma figure, blah blah blah. Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Huh? This magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident?
Hey.
If someone catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is... One of the pages near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in bloody letters. It said, Toko. Could this be a dying message?
Correct.
Then it would appear you've found it. Kyoko, is this?
So...
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message.
However...
Why do I get the feeling that Sakura didn't actually write this? But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it exactly as I found it for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that... That says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it. Then she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet. It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me more suspicious. Magazine. I think she said she found a new clue. Something new.
Hey.
The pieces? The pieces? So, did you figure it out? So there's two missing. There's 2 bottles missing. There's a hidden correlation between the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. Correlation. Well, that's a pawn. Then we have a bishop. I think that's the king. So, queen and knight. The queen and knight are gone. Knight. So the knight one is actually just purely gone. It's just straight up gone. Hey, Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
So...
I don't mind guiding you toward clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusions so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? Yeah. Really? You're gonna question that to her? Freaking idiot. No answer? I do trust you, to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree?
Hey.
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
Anyway.
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
That doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation. It's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya is not here. So
then.
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up the pieces. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? Better just do it. Okay, yeah. Got it all together. Sorry to keep you waiting.
So then.
Oh. Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So, what kind of experiment are we doing?
In other words.
I just got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? There's probably some crazy thing where, like, things were swapped around. One of the Monokuma bottles was probably put... Yeah, I don't know. I'm just guessing. This one, I actually don't know. This one's a little more interesting, as Byakuya would say. The pieces of glass you collected and the one of the Monokuma bottle that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done. She's gonna compare the weights of like a chem bottle and then a Monokuma bottle. First, let's compare the weight of the two normal Monokuma bottles. Alright. It's balanced.
In other words.
Which means Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figure inside are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight.
So then.
Now, here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on the side of the scale. Now, what might we expect? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces collected will be lighter. I did my best to gather them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
So then.
Okay, then let's give it a try. Huh? The broken pieces are heavier? How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other words,
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles, put it all together, and I believe you'll arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So, what do you think? It's all on you. Well, a chem bottle is probably swapped out.
just a sec. Hey. Whew.
Oh, shoot. Well, okay, I skipped some dialogue because I was struggling to find... I can't believe how calm you are. Okay, yeah, he's talking to Kyoko here. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it. That's totally normal. Then how can you?
So...
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind.
Hey.
More importantly, look here. Her shoes. You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
see.
That powder is clue number 1. That's clue
Hey.
number 1. Next is the wound on her head.
true.
Look carefully. Actually, even telling you that it's incredibly difficult to spot. Let me just explain. It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Okay, yeah, honestly, that was a shorter investigation. But, yeah.
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
No. Not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. Well, let's get right into it. Let's jump head first into this. Oh my gosh. Look how few people there are. I feel like that Toko was blamed in some weird way. The ultimate martial artist. Why are there like the little emojis there? Those weren't really there before. A locked room murder mystery. What the? Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons. Like, no matter awful something is, if you toss it in a smiley face, it turns positive.
Yes, indeed.
For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body. Okay, well, I gotta admit, pretty funny. It's just plain creepy.
Well?
And how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put a sad face, it makes it look super negative.
Yes, indeed.
For example, do you have 100 friends? I love that. That's great. He's right. That does make it seem sad.
I can't wait.
Now then, please get onto the elevator. Oh my gosh, I love that. That's so... Oh man. I'll see you all down there. What the hell was that? I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me.
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't be mean.
Or I mean, I didn't murder anyone. Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer? Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. The killer, the one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know, and yet someone killed her. Is that person here? Is one of us? Yeah, I'm just gonna... Come on, let's go. Come on. Yep. We know how this plays out. Let's go. Let's get this ball rolling. Dude, there's so little of us. Oh, man. The ride was over. The doors opened once again. Oh. Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? That's so few. That must be so lonely. You say that like it's not your fault. We're all that's left. I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again? Or will your school life come to an end completely? Now then, are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats. So, yep. Deadly deception, deadly riddle, deadly class trial. Let's go! Set skills. Oh. Increases the time limit each phase. Oh my gosh, look at that! Wait. I can... Oh! Focus gauge. Cost 4? Okay. Increases the damage an opponent when a statement is just destroyed, effective during bullet time battle. Can I just... Oh, that's all the ones I have. Okay. Okay, so becoming friends with people actually gives you skills. No, that's pretty cool. Truthfully, I don't know what to think of anything, so I'm just gonna start.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. If you can figure out who, then I'll punish everyone besides.
We know.
We already know who did it.
Whoa, deja vu.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
I don't know. I don't know why that. You know, Byakuya, I don't like him, but there's just moments, alright? There's moments with him that are just fantastic.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seems really sure that one of these 3 is the killer. She must have some reason for believing that. Alright.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
No, it's wrong.
Yeah, there we go.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those 3 killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's good reason to suspect all 3 of them. Then, does that mean one of them did it? Oh man, we're getting right into it. We're going hog, full in, right, all in. Pocket trash.
Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them? There's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
No, that's wrong.
Hey, at least I'm understanding what I'm doing a lot better.
Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's,
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
But what Hiro said can't be right. Because Sakura could only have gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. The only reason I know that is
I got it!
okay. I think that's
I'm
it.
not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was, oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Why the sudden hostility?
Yeah.
Well, we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me!
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious!
More hostility.
It's not just normal hostility! You're the real culprit! I even have proof!
Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
What would the shining message even
At
be?
the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do you?
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh?
Because he wasn't allowed in.
Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Huh? Hold on. But when Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message in it, it was on the magazine shelf.
Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
There's definitely something strange about it. Kyoko found the dying message during the investigation, in which case, that clearly contradicts what Hiro told us. Okay. Make your argument. Magazine dying message. Okay, is this one of those that I gotta...
Tell you exactly when I found the dying message.
Okay,
When
yeah.
Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Okay, nope, I know what it is. Okay, I know what I need to do. I caught onto it. It needs to be what Kyoko said.
Exactly what I found when Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when it was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away.
There we go. Okay.
What I said makes total sense.
Get to the next one. Okay, it said it was dying message. Yep. We know.
I can tell you exactly what I found when Ogre's body was discovered.
Oh, no.
Exactly what I found when Ogre's body was discovered.
There we go. Okay. Whoops, got the wrong one.
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
I don't even know where to begin with that one. He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message.
Why does he keep calling her Ogre?
100%, without a doubt.
So
He
mean.
wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
Without a doubt? No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. Oh man, I hate this so
Show me the
much.
proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest.
Oh my gosh. I hate the negative.
30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. The end is nigh.
Shoot, I failed? Really? I hate the bullet time so much. The negative time doesn't...
At least 30% right. Show me the proof.
This should prove it.
There we go. Look at that. I know how to play that. Bullet time. It's just really difficult.
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Ah! He admits it!
But I don't think he's the killer.
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
What? No, what? Something's very odd about that. You're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened.
Let me guess, it was an accidental kill. He accidentally killed her or
Got
something.
Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there...
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy. Oh, sure. Thanks.
And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then... I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
Nope.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
Oh.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain. And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So what is it that Hiro did that doesn't make sense? Why didn't he... Why he picked Toko? Oh, I guess that makes sense. Killer. Yeah. Yeah, it's my bad. Okay. Why the magazine was hidden? Why he didn't use Sakura's finger? Well, oh. Okay, I guess I'm not catching on to what this is wanting me to put down. Oh, man. What didn't make sense? Why the magazine was hidden?
That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh, well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf.
Him.
In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Someone... well, okay, so probably Toko.
I got it! It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Was he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
Why would I have... Wait! But more important, that doesn't even matter! We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it!
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious! That's just... I don't believe it!
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
He's an idiot, but he's our idiot. He's an idiot, but he's our idiot. We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the killer. I have to and I have to prove that. With what? Make your argument. The yellow powder. We need that yellow powder.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered, and she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hero really is the killer!
Hero sits Sakura, that's for sure, but this doesn't end there. Oh,
I didn't
okay.
want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
No.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once.
Yeah, just once.
No. Shoot. Wait, why? Hold on. I'm not... Sometimes when I do this, my brain doesn't connect what I'm doing wrong. If that makes sense.
Hit her once.
Yeah, just once.
That was it. Oh my gosh. I even knew that was it, and my brain wasn't connecting them.
If
It
Sakura
wasn't...
died from Hero's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Oh man.
2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles.
Yeah, there's 2 missing, and one was a knight, and I think the other one might be the queen. Unless that's the queen. I don't know. I'm bad with...
Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hero hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
Correlation between the Monokuma bottles. Connection must be the object that Monokuma's figure into each. Yeah. Hangman's Gambit. Okay, yep. Oh man. Oh, chess. 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 And P. Then I need an E. E. Then I need another E. Give me an E. Give me an E. Chess piece!
Now I understand.
Look at me! Big brain in this.
That's it. The chess pieces. Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
I was right. That is a king. Oh my gosh.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was
A knight.
the knight. if I remember.
So the queen's gone.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook.
Yeah, okay, we got it. We understand.
What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
Oh, man. Well, I know that was a couple months ago, but those are some words to read.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while one apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Wait, then the bottle that was missing is completely intact. Oh, whoops. Wow, I really suck at making decisions right now. Mention the experiment. Oh! It was broken. That's...
The bottle must have been broken.
What makes you so sure?
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
It wasn't just a single broken bottle, and the evidence that proves that is Kyoko and I figured it out. Oh, shoot. Oh, man. Ah, yeah, the experiment.
I got it!
Yeah, that.
Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is... there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces, which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
There can be no doubt that the second missing Monokuma bottle is involved in this case. It must have been used by... second attacker? Oh.
The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko?
Oh.
And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her!
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am.
See, he's an idiot, but he's our idiot.
Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
You
Pretty
did?
soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
What? Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
I need proof that shows Toko is hiding in, oh, the locker. Oh my gosh, stop doing bullet time battles to me. Absolutely. Without a second thought. But from now on, you're going to have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. Now you have to choose the truth bullet. You select the blow the same way. Okay. I select bait and educational bars. Okay. Okay, so actually not much actually changed on that. Okay. Alright, here we go. Hate doing this.
It's a lie. I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No. That's enough. I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you. It's a lie.
Oh yeah, final strike. Okay.
That's enough.
Bam. There we go. Oh, I did that perfect. First try, baby.
Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
No.
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Then
I mean, he
you
did
killed
too.
Sakura.
No, I swear, there's no way.
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again.
Whoa.
What do you mean, probably?
It was probably. See, I feel like it was an accident. It wasn't an intentional kill.
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on, so I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around, there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw all that blood, I fainted right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Guess it's back!
It was your fault after all.
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories, so I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened...
Whoops.
Splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem!
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on. But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
So that's good? Keep talking like that and Hina's gonna...
Well then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
Whoa, hold the phone.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone, we're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
No, not quite yet.
Huh? Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd? Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
It wasn't?
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
You wish it my command, darling.
It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is... Make your argument. Okay. The yellow powder. Yellow powder.
I was
Yellow.
just sleeping peacefully. And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
Oh. So, if the second shot from Toko is what killed Sakura, then the problem is, where did Sakura die? It was...
I was just sleeping peacefully. And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre
Okay.
and you smashed her head in?
You got it! I smashed her!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
There, okay. Hey, that was the most straightforward one I've done so far, so that's good.
We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
That has to be it. The evidence that proves that there is an attack in front of the magazine. The blood. The blood.
Got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors. There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
But
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
Oh, so she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
The reason there's no way Toko was hiding in the locker is because the locker was too small. I was in the locker? Well, no.
Shoot!
Well, I wasn't in the locker.
I got it!
I saw it for myself?
Even before we opened the door to the rec room,
Oh,
Hina and
duh.
I both got a
I
look
did not
inside.
understand what he was saying.
And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay, then. Where was she hiding?
Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to take a wild guess that Sakura didn't want anything to happen to these guys, okay? So none of them actually killed Sakura, okay? So what probably happened is she woke back up again, probably figured like, oh, I'm gonna die from blood loss right now. This is not worth it or something. Or just don't make them look bad. I don't know. She's probably the one, because of the blood loss, she was probably hurting pretty bad, and so she figured she'd go get a protein shake. But probably because of a mix-up, she accidentally drank poison. I'm gonna guess that's what happened. I don't think anybody forcefully fed poison to her. I think she accidentally, because, you know, when you have that much blood loss, you're kind of, yeah, that's what's going on. I think that's what might have happened, is that nobody actually killed Sakura. Nobody probably did anything, actually.
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much. You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
Could we really be missing something so important? Yeah. It's the, the powder that's on her shoe. Yeah, the yellow powder.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
No, that's not it. Dang it.
Shoot!
Oh, well, she was vomiting blood.
What
So-
was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There we go.
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. So you're
Oh,
dead set on
whoops.
blaming me, huh?
Okay, yeah.
What was
I
it
need
that
to
killed Ogre?
just shoot this one.
If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
She was vomiting blood. Am I right? Am I right?
According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood.
Oh, ha, ha.
I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
How?
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knees! She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? And I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In Section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
The bottle of poison Byakuya showed us. I'm sure he got it. I was on the same shelf.
I got
A.
it!
It's on A.
The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the bottle of poison up to his lips, and we were so shocked that what we were seeing, all we could do is stand there and watch. But as if it were the most natural thing in the world, Byakuya was as calm as ever.
That tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to
No,
drink
he's
some
not.
water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need
No,
to
he
make him
didn't.
spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Come on, Makoto. You couldn't put that one
Can I see
together.
that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Kyoko took the bottle from Byakuya and scraped out the contents with one finger. She touched her finger with her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Huh?
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
The bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder, which would mean that, conversely, the poison must be in... Could it be? Hangman's Gambit. Oh, man. Oh, man. Bro, protein shake. Shake. Wait, right? T-E. Where's an E? You need an E. Then N. Give me an N. Drink. Oh, drink. Drink. Why did I think it was? Nope. Whoops. Drink.
Now I understand.
Now I understand.
Poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Something at the scene. The protein drink.
I got it! You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains.
Yeah.
So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
Really?
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials
man.
was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
Hold on. What if it's... Hold on. What if it was Hina? What if it was Hina and she accidentally did it? What if Hina was the one that accidentally did that? Evidence shows switched and it has to be found on the shelf. Hold on. Footprints?
I got it!
Oh, okay.
Footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
Gotta be
I
Sakura's.
visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind.
Or that was Sakura's. That was probably Sakura's.
And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me. The footprints. They're mine.
Hina?
Yeah, okay. Alright. I caught on to something, sort of. Was Hina
If
the...
you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Then Ogre's killer was...
Yep. I did it. I killed Sakura.
What?
Just as I suspected.
What?
The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Makoto and Hina, I guess. I didn't know I were.
The only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
Footprints must be Makoto. Are they yours? No. Let me see your foot. Yeah.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Just Hina.
Plus, Nina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
Wait. No.
I can't believe it.
What?
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Whoa.
Is it true? Did you
Oh.
really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
Is there some crazy thing where like a promise was made? Is there some crazy thing like that? Oh, so that she wouldn't have to kill anybody? No, I don't know. I feel like there's like there's a motive there. That it's almost like she put Sakura down, like putting her out of her misery, if that makes sense. That's what I'm gonna say.
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poison.
And then she downed it all at once. And then...
Hold it. I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you?
Oh my gosh. Is this literally like each person's taking their turn being like, "Oh, I killed her. No, I killed her. I killed her." Literally everyone assumes themselves to be the killer.
You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
But the powder on
You
her
say
shoe.
that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism. But there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
Well... that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious, too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
I think Sakura did it herself.
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please, I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
I think Sakura might have done it herself. I think Sakura might have done it herself in order to, like, I'm not gonna kill another person. I'm not gonna kill any of these people. So her answer was just kill herself, unfortunately.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have...
Yeah.
Oops. But if that's true... isn't that a little strange?
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
How long? Until we figure it out. Until I uncover the full truth of this case. I think Sakura might have just offed herself. Source of the powder?
First I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
Okay.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A. And that's where I switched the powders.
Oh,
Once
that was it right there.
Switching them, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back in. Then I took the bottle and left it. That's all there is.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we tolerate this?
Okay, yep. Footprints.
First I went to Section. That's when I grabbed the poison.
Yep.
And you spilled some of the powder. Yeah. Okay, and I moved from Section C to...
There we go.
You said you went to get the poison from Section C, and that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No.
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I'm just nervous, so I didn't notice I left footprints.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well...
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A. So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
Okay, I'm gonna throw it out there. Sakura is the one that initially... Sakura was the one that actually initially switched them. That's what I think happened. That's honestly what I think.
You see...
What the?
Yeah, I love it. He always gets proved wrong. He's so stuck up and he thinks so highly of himself, but every single time he gets proven wrong. Every time. Every single time, I swear.
What the hell? What's going on here?
Oh man.
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account. Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
Oh.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
Oh man.
Did?
It
Oh.
was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Yeah, roast his butt. Roast it. And make sure you bring that gravy with you when he gets killed.
Just say it already. What is it you think you found?
I found this.
piece of glass?
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle.
What?
And the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then. Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Oh, don't make me.
Me?
Yeah, well, don't make me explain.
If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
Shard of. Oh, wait. I think I remember now. Something. The rec room. No, the bottle of poison? The mono. Wait, it's blue though. The bottle of poison? No. Wait. I'm not quite understanding it. The rec room window?
I got it!
Oh, well.
It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
Where was the bottle of poison? Where was the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the window? Oh. Should have been at... Wait. Should have been at C? Whoops. No, A. I meant A. I meant A. Shoot.
what's strange... I got it!
There we go. I meant
The
to click
bottle
that.
of poison was left on... And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast. I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
Because the glass. The glass. Empty protein drink?
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
Okay, she's alright.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be.
It was in there before the wreck.
No, that's wrong.
Is it Byakuya? Is he
remember
the
how there
killer?
was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein. We also found
Whoops.
pieces underneath the can.
What?
This man is sweating so bad right now, and he's about to get caught. Is he was so dead set.
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
Oh.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it...
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
It has to be Byakuya.
If that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing.
I swear, this game is constantly the same stuff. Just before we get to that, we need to do this. Before we get to that, we need to do this. Before we get to that, we need to do this. Every freaking time I do these trials.
We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
Oh, frick, I don't know. The one who got the poison from the chem lab. It was Sakura.
I got it!
See?
I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
It's not a lie. Sakura definitely went to section C. Kyoko already showed me the evidence I need. Now I have to hit Hina with it. I have to make her accept it. Oh man. The moment of truth. Oh man. Oh gosh.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying?
Oh my gosh.
Wrong! You're wrong!
Oh my gosh. This is getting so fast.
Stop talking!
Final strike. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Do you have any kind of proof, Sakura?
This should prove it.
Yeah. I do. I do.
Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, What else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her insteps, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing, which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
The one that killed Sakura. The connection between Sakura and the poison and the unsolved mystery of the locked room, there's only one way to explain it. It was Sakura herself. Where is...
Here's my answer.
It was Sakura.
The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it. All so she could end her own life.
Probably
That
to
explains
avoid...
why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Yeah. Monokuma forced her into the locked room. Sakura wanted to create...
I got it!
Yeah, she wanted to create it.
The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina?
Whoa.
You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door. Because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room.
You said you were going to go get everyone else. But your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room,
I got everyone. Whoa, Ogre! Oh, she's dead, huh? Sakura's been killed, I see.
while everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
Oh.
No! No! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is. Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
Oh man, okay. Alright, these are always a doozy, admittedly. Alright, so, yeah, so those three looked at it. Alright, cool, we got that established. Act 2? Hold on, wait a minute. Probably hid in there, okay. Got some candy, he freaked out, and then he... Oh, wait, nope. Okay, so that's right there, okay. Oh, smashed, okay, cool. And then... Toko, alright. He ran away. She came out. She then accidentally put it upside down. Okay, alright. What happened? And she attacked. And then smashed. Oh man, gotta clean it up. Okay, this is where it's gonna get real, admittedly real confusing for me. Okay, so... Okay, you know, I'm gonna go to the end. Right there. So we all freaked out. Okay, picked it up. Alright, took it. Excellent. Place that there. So this is the only one I actually kind of don't know, truthfully. Is it this one? Is that it? I think I actually got everything, maybe first try on this one.
Here's exactly what happened.
Yeah, let's... Okay. Here we go.
This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others, Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot.
Yes.
And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room.
Yes.
Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked.
Yeah.
Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura. And she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head.
Poor Sakura.
Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort
was Hina.
Was you, Hina.
Yeah.
That's the full truth of the case.
Okay, I don't remember if I said at the beginning that I felt like something was very off about it, that it felt more like Sakura offed herself. I think I said that pretty early on. See, whenever I give predictions, usually it's like I just give a rough idea of like an end result person type thing. And I think I said that at the beginning. Pretty sure. I can't remember.
Sakura took her own life. And you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But, Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
'Cause you're actually dumber than you think you are.
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case.
Dude, roast this man. Roast him hard.
See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Roast him. Destroy this man. Make that self-confidence falter. Hey, look at that. Look at that. I actually did pretty good this time around. At least with, you know, doing the actual mini games. Look at that. 93, I think. Or I'm up to 93.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Well, it was Sakura. Odds are, it's probably one of those things where she was gonna sacrifice herself to not kill anyone there. Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
My entire existence!
Okay, we're done here.
What did you say?
So, that's the whole truth, huh? I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Hina, why did you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest of us.
What are you thinking?
And yet you, why did you do that?
Don't be mean.
Yeah, we almost died there.
What is this?
Because that's exactly what I wanted. What? I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all of you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. So that's why
You should have been the one to die.
I couldn't let her be the only one that died.
What?
You don't mean you were gonna take us all with you? I have to atone. We have to atone for our sins because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes. For serious? That's...
What is this?
You still don't understand? Let me explain. Do you realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this. Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's... I found it on the ground, in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault after all. But now you're suffering because of me.
No forgiveness!
You tried to protect me, but because of me.
I can't forgive this!
My closest friend got hurt. Sakura?
I...
Because of me, my friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault, which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. You asked to meet with those three? You can't! Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry. I just want to talk to them.
But...
Talk about... what? Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you at once, even you.
Hina.
Please don't think of other things like that. They're not my enemy.
They're friends.
Sakura? She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend to all of us. And yet...
Why?
And yet... You trampled all over her feelings. And then you did the unthinkable. No, that was just a misunderstanding. Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her. Do you have any idea how desperate she was, seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. So, instead of waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand.
Why?
That's how far you pushed her.
Huh?
Sakura, what happened to you?
Hina.
You came. Wait right here, I'll help you out.
Hina.
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you. What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
A favor?
Some protein.
Could I ask you to? Yeah, you got it. Just hang on. I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the poison she asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder. That's when I realized that I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could, but by the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura!
Please!
Let me in! Please, open the door!
Why? Why?
Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses, just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness. That's normal. And yet,
Why?
you all blamed her. I tried to protect her, and I suffered for it, and that just added to the weight that she had to carry. And I didn't even realize it. Hina. We all killed her. All of us. We pushed her into a corner, and when we murdered her,
Why?
people like us shouldn't be allowed to live. And that's why you tried to lead us astray. You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of her regrets. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt right when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but it's just taking so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What is this?
What did you say? Everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what her suicide note meant. Of course I know what she was thinking, 'cause her and me...
In other words...
Well, what I'm really trying to say is...
Yes, indeed.
Don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? If it was really like this...
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course.
Isn't it obvious? A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. What? But Hina already...
Too bad.
Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby.
It's true.
This is the one Sakura addressed to Hina and put into her room.
Huh?
Wait, what? Then... You lied to me?
Unbelievable.
Oh, don't say lie. It makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit.
Well now.
I can't help it if you totally took my little scribbles at face value. It didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little... I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything. Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played out between you and you alone. You were the ones jerking each other around. Heck, even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys. So what's the problem? This is all part of the production progress. Okay, and scene. Cut!
And?
So then, what did she write in her real suicide note?
What are you gonna do?
I'm glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice.
Hey!
But you know, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place?
But hold on.
And isn't it just so unfortunate killing yourself is just so final, you know? You can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in darkness. It gives me the willies.
Enough already.
Could you get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, geez, talk about a buzzkill. All right, here we go. Ahem. My good friend, Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in this strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
You see, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
Ooh. You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for over 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch, so even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
that's how I came to feel. So that's why Sakura...
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because of that, I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic? Or just moronic?
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attacks you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me. Which is exactly what the Mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The Mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get this situation under control, and to fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the Mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the Mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I'm willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I've never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
Then Sakura didn't feel concerned? She didn't die hating us?
Way!
She wanted to stop us from fighting to protect us?
Correct.
She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong. Too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much, no normal person could do that.
However,
it was only her limitless strength that made it possible. What?
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't give you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really, truly sorry, but please don't be sad. If I can thwart the Mastermind's plan, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I have chosen. This is the only way that I have left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully then, they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
But...
I didn't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close and still...
What are you gonna do?
But in the end, all her meddling was like totally pointless.
Uh-oh.
She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one.
Too bad.
She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead, she deserves it. But now then, the next victim has been decided. What do you mean, next victim? Nobody here blames anyone.
Huh?
Yeah. First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with that fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste. Because she made us remember, we're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Damn straight. This is all because of our misplaced hatred.
Well?
Don't blame her. I can't blame her, and nobody can blame Hina either. Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered, because the one we needed to destroy is you, nobody else. What the heck? That's not how this is supposed to go. But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you, remember? Your enemy is each other. He's absolutely right about that. Ah, lovely Byakuya. I almost said Byakuya. You understand, don't you? This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game, which is why I'm bowing out of the game. Yeah.
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear that the others have cast aside their fear for this game.
Don't make me repeat myself.
There's no point in participating in a game which has lost that sense of excitement, which is why I will no longer be participating in it. What's going on here? Now I have only one thing to look forward to, and that is to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me. But Byakuya, does this mean? Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism, if that's what you're thinking. Wherever master goes, I go. If the mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch on fire. Everyone.
Hey.
Well, now can you say that Sakura's death had no meaning? How boring. But nothing good can come of this. I'm still gonna be the one having the fun time.
What the heck?
The fun time? Anyway, let's forget about the good-for-nothing backstabber and get back on track.
You want me to punish you guys?
It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Punishment time. Wait, but Sakura was technically the killer, right? And she's dead. You're not gonna... Is it me?
Wrong.
Oh, heavens no. Just because the blackened is dead doesn't mean I can't just sub in or whatever old student I want. Did I tell you? I'm very particular about Bear Times 1 rule.
Listen up.
But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it'd be a shame to let it go to waste. So for my special punishment, I've prepared a special guest. A special guest?
Give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Oh. You suck, man. You turned him into a mangled hunk of junk.
Phew, that really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. After all, they say for post-workout grub, chicken's where it's at. And I'm all about the grilled goodness. Fried, boiled, give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulent. Grilled is where it's at.
I realize how dangerous it could be, but still, I have to do this. I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might just think I'm some inhuman AI, but it's true. So, it's okay. It's for the sake of everyone else. I won't be afraid. Alter Ego's words raced through my heart and soul, and my disbelief gave way to raw anger. That anger turned into fury, black and muddy and boiling over. It bubbled up through my body, quickly overflowing and scooting out of my mouth. How dare you! That was my friend! How dare you kill him!
What's the matter?
Huh? You were friends with a laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with a basketball?
Shut the hell up! He wasn't just a laptop, he was my friend. And you killed him!
This is what you call animism? Where a soul dwells within all things, even like laptops? Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got in my way. I was trying to find things out all sneaky.
Just as I thought.
So, you finally noticed him.
Actually...
Finally? No. I knew about it from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop, and I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it was gonna play out from the start.
What?
What are you thinking?
You knew, and you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge.
Yep.
Well, I mean, the data in the laptop, it was, I guess you could say, call it a gift from me to you.
Phew.
Or maybe more of like a reward in honor of you being able to unlock something so difficult.
Hey,
So, of course, I didn't care if you got access to that. But sneaking into the network was just too personal, so I had to do a little, reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
I want to be able to work. Was that him? Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help. At the risk of his own life, and for that, he was killed.
Yeah, the punishment time has made me feel a billion times better.
very nice.
Experiencing a meaningless death is so soothing. It makes me remember that every low can get even lower.
No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everybody who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. I swear, someday you will pay for this.
Holy moly, you're super mad, like unreasonably upset.
Well?
Okay, time to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that, I need to read the postscript.
What?
Postscript?
Yep.
Yep, there's still a little more of Sakura's note.
Huh?
Do I have your attention? Okay then, here we go. Prepare your ears for the dulcet tones of yours truly.
One other thing, Hina, there's something I'd like to tell. I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully, it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of this school. What? A clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here, and so I've learned one thing, which is the mastermind has done something to us. I think what I think what they've done is... Oopsie daisy, that was a close one. Another word and we would have been hip deep in spoiler territory. Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise, so book club is dismissed for today.
What? You can't just stop at the most important bit.
It makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad you don't even friggin' know, huh?
You guys?
That's the whole point, stupid. It's to get back at all of you for hardening your resolve.
Fine, but at least Sakura's note.
Like I'd ever let any of you greaseballs have it.
But...
Too bad.
Sucks for you, loser. Wait, what's this?
what is it now?
There's one last line in the note.
And just let me say this to the mastermind. I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you. No matter what. And that's seriously it.
Huh. Wow, what a stubborn loser, huh?
She won't lay down and die? She'll fight you? Well,
whatever. Who cares? Some dead musclehead Who cares what some dead musclehead has to say?
Well?
Okay, I'm out of here. You guys should try to get some rest, you know? And maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach the school life of yours. Are you sure you want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Think about that. Think long. Think hard.
those were his parting words to us before disappearing. But what was that all? What was that all about? Sakura's final message, her last clue to help us solve the mystery of the school. The mastermind did something to us? Kyoko said something like that before, didn't she? After Celeste's trial was over.
You.
What did you do? What did you do to my body?
What?
Answer me. What did you do to my body? The mastermind did something to our bodies. What are they saying the mastermind did? What did the mastermind do to us? I mean, did the mastermind plant a bomb in us or something? If we try to leave the school, a sensor goes off, and the bomb explodes? I've seen stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff, so it's not totally unheard of. No, I feel awful just thinking about it. I can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that.
Yo!
So, the class trial is over and Monokuma's gone.
But...
So now, what do we do?
Yes.
What else is there other than to head back up?
Oh,
yeah, okay, let's get out of here. But, Hina must still feel responsible. Dial back that ego for a bit, girl. That kind of mystery someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat.
Not possible.
I would never have lost to that kind of challenge. What are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured out everything.
Stop talking.
Shut up. Seriously, I'm sorry. How many times do you plan to apologize? How about you make that the last one? I haven't reached a point where I need someone apologizing to me more than once.
Sorry.
Okay. I see what you mean. Then I'll try. That totally wasn't normal, right? Did she just capture his flag?
No.
Oh, crap. I can't suffer the existence of someone else who would disturb the romance between me and Master.
Huh?
What are you talking about? That's absolutely not what's happening here. Why would I ever go for a sleazeball like him?
What did you say?
Sleazeball?
What the heck?
That's right, I called you a sleazeball, because you are a sleazeball. Apparently, you still have a death wish. Oh, more biting sarcasm. No wonder you don't have any friends.
No.
Hey, stop fighting with Master. You're making me jealous. I want the abuse the abuse, give and take. Me! I guess it's not easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, that's just how it is for now. And so Sakura's class trial came to an end, and we returned to the world of Hope's Peak Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on. We all went back to our rooms long before night snuck up on us. This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m.
The doors to the... Okay then. Sweet.
Nighttime descended and pulled me down along with it, down into sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen into such a deep sleep, but the night still wasn't over for me. A voice. I could hear a voice. What? Wake up. Huh? The voice dragged me from the deep slumber into a hazy half-consciousness. My eyelids were like lead. Whoa! Hey!
Yes, it's me.
Huh? Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
Wait, what?
In a flash, I was wide awake. What are you doing in here?
True.
I'm here to wake you up. Oh, I see. Wait, but my door! It was unlocked. You're unbelievably careless. It was unlocked? Are you serious? Always. And you don't have to overreact like that every time you're surprised. What time is it?
Correct.
3 o'clock in the morning, of course. It's 3 a.m.? Why was Kyoko waking me up at this hour? It's so late. What happened?
Makoto.
I have a favor I need to ask. What's your favor?
So...
Remember when Sakura said at the end of her note, I'm not going to just lay down and die, I will fight you? I want to find out what she meant by that. Okay, but how do you plan to do that? Then Kyoko put her lips next to my ear and whispered. The data center on the 4th floor. What?
Goodbye.
I'll meet you there. Without another word, she was gone. What the? Her words reverberated through my half-dazed head. The data center? But I thought it was locked. Okay, you know what? I'm going to end it right there, actually. That is actually where I'm going to end it. So, that was a lot. I swear. Actually, I say that every single time I do one of these videos. It's a lot. So Sakura's death, I think, was probably the least surprising thing of this. Sad, yes. I think she definitely. It was easy to kind of follow where it was going and why she did what she did, but the shocking part was seeing Alter Ego dead. That was depressing. That was honestly super depressing. Oh man, I can't wait to get through this game. I need to know what's going on. I did not expect me to really get into this game as much as I have. So, anyway, alright, so with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, please press the like button down below. If you want to see more videos that I've done, check in the description and the annotations in the video. And I will catch you guys in my next video. See ya!